It had been almost 24 hours since my water broke. I knew what was coming. I just knew it. My heart was full of a sense of dread. It was the one thing I didn't want, the one thing. The doctor came in with a look on her face that said it all. We're going to have to do a C-section. I shook my head as if I understood. I mean, of course I did. I wasn't progressing. I had been stuck at 7 centimeters for hours on end. I was physically and emotionally exhausted. It was time for him to come out. The doctor left and I dissolved into tears. Fear overtook my body. Fear of surgery, of being cut open, fear of not being in control. My mother and husband did their best to comfort me, to calm me, but it was futile. I was a wreck. As they prepped me for surgery, I tried to be strong. My heart was beating so loudly that it felt like it was sitting in my ears. I couldn't breathe. As they cut me open, my husband did his best to distract me. It all seems so silly now, but it got my mind to focus elsewhere instead of my reality. Tell me how we got to the hospital, Erin. Did we turn left or right on Glenwood? Tell me how we get to the nursery in our house. Do we go upstairs? Do I go left or right down the hall? I gave my husband step-by-step directions as they cut my firstborn out of me. When we finally heard him crying, the tears came, quickly followed by the nausea. I sent my husband to be with the baby. I didn't want him to see me be sick. I lay there shivering uncontrollably, hearing voices as they took out the placenta and started to sew me back up. I couldn't understand them, but I felt them, pulling, tugging, pulling harder, tugging more. Stop touching me, I wanted to scream. Why can I feel so much? My mind started racing. Something's wrong. Something must be wrong. I looked up at the anesthesiologist and said firmly, I can feel them. A minute went by, then louder. I can feel them! He told me he'd give me a little something, and I woke up an hour later. My first moments with my son are a blur. I have no real memories, only pictures that document that the moment happened. It was not as I imagined. It was not beautiful. It was not magical. Or was it? While it was not what I had envisioned, I still had my baby that I had dreamed of for over 2 years. And when he stared up at me with those sweet, knowing eyes, acknowledging that I was his mama, I knew how we got there didn't matter. He was mine, and I was his.